All right, we're going to take another day to look at figures that ask you to find measurements of sides before you're finding the total perimeter. This is definitely the hardest skill that we're going to be looking at when we're calculating the total perimeter. So just to kind of go over a few more examples and work you through how you find those missing values before you calculate. You guys were all pretty good about those of you who submitted your perimeter assignments previous to this did a nice job on all of the problems that did not require you to find missing values. So we're going to hone in on that skill today. So taking a look at some examples. This first one here, the one on the left, let's take a look at this question. It's asking you to find the value of the red question mark. So I'm looking at this again, horizontal line here on the bottom. So kind of using that same strategy we did yesterday. It's a horizontal line on the bottom. I'm looking to find that value. So I'm also going to take a look at all the other red horizontal measurements. Okay, when you're looking at the relationship between the red and the green, you want to ask yourself, do I need to add or subtract these values? And how you tell is that if I would drag them together, do they then form the exact same length of the one I'm trying to find? Or do they overlap? If they overlap, you're subtracting. If you slide it down and they are the same measurement as the missing side, then you're going to add. So in this case, I'm going to add 8 plus 4, and you should find that your side measurement there of the red question mark is 12 centimeters. Okay, the other task, the question here on the bottom right is what is the value of the blue question mark? So those refer to my vertical sides of my figure. So again, I'm being asked to find this horizontal side, or I'm sorry, vertical side on the right, and I'm going to use the comparisons and use the figures that I do know, the other vertical sides. And I like this figure because it highlights in the same color. So I'd be looking at these two sides along with my blue question mark. And again, how you tell is that if you slide them over to each other, you kind of draw it in. This is another example of when I slide it over, it creates the same length line as my green line. So this would be another example where I'm going to add. So 4 plus 4 is going to give me the missing value of 8 centimeters. Okay, let's take a look at another value. And again, we're going to just kind of decipher which is the best, or I'm sorry, let me move my screen down there. Okay, which is the missing value of the side. Okay, so if I'm looking at value A, and I highlight it here in red, this is a horizontal line. So I'm asking you to find this side right here. And how I'm going to determine it is the other horizontal side. So these values right here. Okay. So looking at this, oh, I missed the horizontal side. No, so this one was kind of hidden in the middle. So those are all 3 horizontal sides, in addition to the one we're trying to find. So if we're looking at this one, if I would drag them together, these two values and my green make up this large red. But if I go this way, okay, you should see that they overlap. My red sides overlap. I don't put them together and they equal the green side, they overlap. So in this case, this is an example of when you subtract. And I would take my 16 and I would subtract my 2 smaller sides, which in our case are, sorry guys, 6 and 4. So we're going to take 16, subtract 6, and subtract 4, and you should find the answer of 6. So 16 minus 6 is 10, minus 4 more gives you 6. So for side A, its measurement is 6 yards. All right, taking a look at the missing side B. So I'm going to look for B value. Slide this back up. All right, so if I'm going to look at B, this middle one, what is the value of B? I'm going to use that same strategy. I'm going to go ahead and highlight B green. So it's a vertical side. So we're going to use our vertical lines to compare. Okay, now this one's a little bit unique in itself too, because when I look at it, the red lines in comparison to the green lines, you should realize that, hey, this red line here is exactly the same length. So for B, it's kind of an easier call as far as its length. Its length is going to be 4, the same as the side right directly opposite to it. Okay, taking a look at the last one, if you were asked to find the measurement of side C, and we're looking at that green dot. We're looking at this side right here. Again, we're using those values to also help us figure it out. The other vertical sides. Sorry, guys, I forgot. I guess A was 6 and B was 4. Okay, so when I'm looking at those red sides in comparison to my green side, kind of similar idea. You should notice, hey, it's the same side. So although this wasn't completely a rectangle, that idea that you can possibly have mirroring sides that are the same value is actually still a possibility. So look and watch out for that as well when you're completing your practice activity. So those were just a couple more examples to hopefully get you comfortable with finding those missing sides before you calculate the total distance around a figure or the perimeter. So your attached worksheet your assignment is attached to the bottom of this tutorial. So good luck, reach out if you need any help.